truth. Many times we are sold that hope that as believers we will be insulated from misfortune. That because I'm a believer, I will not go through any hard times. I want to ask you right now, even if you look at your neighbor, she looks perfect, well kept, but if you ask them, is there anything you're going through? What will they tell you? Oh, they tell you, don't just see me, smiling. If I tell you what I'm going through. But so it means all of us, even though we are believers, there are some challenges that the Lord has allowed us. I will not go through any, and that does not mean that He does not love us, or does not mean that we are not born again. Well, does not mean that we have necessarily sinned against God. Is there anything you are going through? But it reveals to us that we live in a fallen world. Tunaishi katika dunia ambayo imeanguka katika dhambi. Have you ever seen sometimes challenge with people die? Floods happen, people die. Natural disasters, volcanoes, hurricanes. What do people say? We are necessarily caused it. Who has caused that to happen? Maybe people to die. Coronavirus comes. That we live in a people die in millions. Who has caused it? In geography, we are told there are 40 parts of God. Have you ever seen sometimes of God? What does an act of God mean? Something that happens and you don't have any pattern. Have you considered my servant Job, that there is none like him on the earth? There is none like Job. He is a blameless and an upright man, perfect man, qualified. I have not seen a man like Job, but God appoints Job to suffer. The most righteous, the most upright, the most humble, but God appointed him to suffering. And when Job was going through suffering, understand what was going on. Maybe he thought God has forsaken him or does not love him. Many times, when we go through painful experiences, we can become blinded from seeing God's love for us. Painful experiences, many times, can blind us from seeing God's love. When we go through pain, our eyes sometimes become blinded from seeing the love of God. Beth, read for me Matthew chapter 27, verse 46. Matthew 27, 46 experiences. We can become blinded from seeing God's love for us. Painful experiences, many times,
Matthew 27,
can blind us from seeing God's love.
And says,
when we go through
and about
pain,
the ninth hour, Jesus cried out with a loud voice, saying, Eli, Eli, lama sabachthani. That is, my God, why have you forsaken me?
Thank you. Jesus was going through a moment of pain, a moment of suffering. And at that moment of suffering, pain, he felt forsaken. He felt forsaken. Many times, he even asked his God, his Father, the one whom he was very close to, walked with,
the ninth
on
hour,
the earth,
Jesus cried out with
and
a
even
loud
before the
voice,
earth was
saying,
formed.
Eli,
But
Eli,
for the
lama
first time,
sabachthani. That is,
the Son
my God, why have you
crying to the
forsaken me?
Father and asking the Father, why
Jesus was going
have
through
you
a
forsaken
moment of pain, a moment of suffering.
my God, why did you allow my son or my daughter to die?
He felt forsaken.
My God, why did you allow me to get this illness, this sickness that is incurable?
His father.
My God, why did you allow my business to be burnt down by fire? I'm now back to nothing.
For the first time,
My God, why did you allow them to treat me like that? Why was I fired? Why did I lose my job? Yet I'm a Christian. I'm born again.
my God,
I tithe.
why did you
We start now listing
my
the things
son
we
or
do.
my daughter
I go to
He
bed,
felt forsaken.
my God, why did
parents,
you
he
allow
felt forsaken.
me? I'm a good boy. I'm a good girl. That's what you're telling me. I'm a good boy. But why have you allowed this to happen to me?
Why did you allow my business?
Now, why is it important for you to have answers to those questions? Because as long as you are here on earth,
My God,
you are going to have those seasons like Job.
to treat me like that?
Why was I fired? And many times you can question even God's love for you, and you can question your salvation. If you fail to understand what is going on, you are going to backslide. You are going to lose your faith. And we said bad things are not happening to you because you are a good person, but because we are living in a fallen world. Pain pushes man to his limits. Sometimes you watch in the movies or you hear that there is, let me not put it that way, or I could say someone is arrested and the police believe he has some information concerning a certain crime that is going on in that area. They take him to the police station. They ask him, what do you know concerning 1, 2, 3? And he says, I don't know anything. Now, if the police, okay, our police in Kenya are good, but there are some police, if they believe you have information, and they ask you for information and you are not willing to give information, what do they use to get information? Pain. They use pain to get some information from you, to cause you to speak. They begin using some tools and equipment on your body. It is not allowed by the law, but because they are desperate to solve the case and you don't want to speak, they begin using some tools. And when those tools are used, that person starts speaking. What makes that person to speak? It is the torture, the pain. The pain they are going through. Kwanza anawekwa kakofi kamoja, pap, usingizi inapotea. Ni anajua, kumbe hii kitu ni serious. Kidogo amewekwa sweep, alikuwa amekaa, anawekwa sasa ni chini, anaongea sasa akiwa chini. Pain is being used to induce this person to confess or to speak. So that is what pain does to a man. There are things you will discover about yourself when you go through pain that you will not discover during moments of comfort. There are things you will discover about you when you go through pain. Pain will reveal many things. Job loved God, sacrificed to God, and even sacrificed on behalf of his children. And he said, maybe my children have cast God in their hearts. Anasema anaenda bash, na akiwa kwa hiyo bash anakuwa mlevi na anatumia maneno machafu na akamlaani Mungu. Anatoa dhabihu kwa niaba ya watoto wake, pengine wamemlaani Mungu kwa hiyo sherehe yao. Si watu wakiwa walevi kwa sherehe wanaanza kulaani. Anatoa dhabihu, anatubu kwa niaba yao. But God allows the devil to touch first the property and then the blood, the body of Job. But God still puts a limit and tells the devil, do not touch his life. Nothing happens to us if God has not allowed it to happen. The Bible says there is no sparrow. You know, a sparrow in those days was a small bird of very little value. The Bible says even a sparrow, a small bird, insignificant, does not fall to the ground and die if he has not permitted it to happen. Kama Mungu hawezi ruhusu ndege afe kama hajui, na wewe je, ataruhusu aje chochote kikufanyikie ambacho hajakiachilia akakipatia ruhusa? Hilo ndilo swali.